Countdown.
You see them downstairs?
Hey.
Hello.
Miss Judith.
How are you?
All right. What's going on, Mama?
Not much. I do like that tie. I'm gonna get these ties.
Thank you. Something different. Look, anything I can grab, honey. That's what it's going to be.
I know that's right.
That is what it's going to be. I'm going to watch us from my phone today. I always forget to do this.
What?
Watch from the phone.
Oh, okay.
Watch the chat.
Yeah. Has it come up quicker from YouTube?
Welcome on in, y'all. Welcome on in.
It's been a while, Brandy. Welcome to the conversation.
Welcome on in, Miss Brandy. How are you, beautiful? Good to have you here. Yeah, it's been a while. I think you caught me live the other day, just a car live, something real quick. But no, we doing a topic here today, sweetheart. You know, when you see Miss Judith, it's about to go down, right? Y'all know what it is. Got the little music going for y'all in the background. Give y'all a little ambiance there. I was trying to wait for a couple more people to see that we live and come on in. But in the meantime, welcome to Girl Talk. You see what today's topic is, right? Just be a man about it. We're going to just discuss the BS excuses that men give us for not committing to relationships and marriage. I'm sure you ladies have heard it all. I know I have. It's ridiculous, the things they put us through. Happy Saturday, Deandra. Welcome, beautiful.
Hello. Hey, Deandra.
We about to speak on it, Deandra. Yes. You see the title? What are some of the BS excuses that men gave for not committing to a relationship or a marriage? Just be a man about it already. God darn it. I'm sick of this mess. I'm coming in with an attitude, ladies. I'm not playing with today.
Give it up.
You good? Kids are healthy and you doing homework? Okay. Nothing wrong with that. Getting that education. Listen, we wear so many hats. We are scholars. We are students, mothers, some of us even fathers. We just do it all. Homemakers, household. You name it, we do it.
Right, chef.
Hey, Buckeye girls. Welcome, beautiful. Thank you for being here. I believe it's your first time in one of my live streams. Ladies, please welcome Buckeye girls, Decor and Lifestyle. You may have seen her. She's been participating in a lot of my recent group collabs with the WOW group. Very nice channel. You guys need to head over and check her out. Show her some love. And when you go over, just give her a soft reminder. Hashtag it up and let her know you came from the Amaechi tribe. So she know that the love is what?
Real?
She know the love is real. Yes. Tamika Davis.
Yeah.
Welcome, beautiful.
How you doing today?
Oh, it's your second? Okay. Welcome back. I can't remember, but thank you so much for that. I appreciate you coming back here again. We getting down on it today, ladies. We talk about some of the BS excuses that those men give us for not committing to relationships and or marriages. And we just fed up with it, and we want them to go ahead and just be a man about it. Y'all know Toni Braxton wrote a song about it. Remember that? Remember that, ladies? She said, let me go and get started. Cracks knuckles. Man said he doesn't want to make it official and have a title because he's in the process of his second divorce. He says having titles are stressful. Absolutely not.
No,
Absolutely not.
It's okay. Move on.
She love that man.
Move on.
Well, she got to try to make it work first. You need to come at him with a different angle. Like, you can't punish me for what those previous women did. No, I'm not them.
This is what I'm saying. He didn't heal himself. That's why I'm saying it. He didn't heal himself, because you can't come here and tell have you been married before? Let me start there. Have you been married?
Have you been married before, Brandy? I don't think so, but let's see what she says. Welcome in MTC Creative Kitchen. This is my new friend, guys. I met him earlier in PMC's live stream. Let's give him a warm welcome.
Come on, Deandra. Put them words up there, Deandra.
Hey, Deandra, you play too much. Deandra played too much. I got something for you, chick. I got something for you. Hold on.
Sierra.
Deandra played thy much. And why you calling me on the phone? Why you're not at home on time? Say you're staying over your friends, 'cause you got a lot on your mind. How you like that, Deandra?
Hey.
I was ready for you. I knew somebody was going to call me out. I always got something stashed in the back pocket. PMC, welcome, King. Thank you. She said, okay, now come through.
Right.
I ain't playing with them. I was ready for this topic. Listen, this is a topic that I had in my books, and y'all know I keep this old handy dandy book now. Yes, this is a topic. Look, I'm going to even show y'all. First page, y'all. I was ready for this for quite some time. Mm-hmm. I hope y'all was ready for it. Oh, yeah, we're going to talk about these trifling brothers. Mm-hmm. I'm sorry, PMC. It might not be you, bro, but I got to call them out. Mm-hmm. And MTC, I'm sorry, but I got to call them out. I got to tell y'all how they behave around here. Listen, we hear it all, bro. We hear it all. First excuse I've ever heard. I want to finish school first. What? What? We ain't in high school.
Because if you married, you can't finish school.
Oh, you can't multitask.
No, you can't. If you're in a marriage, it's no way you could go to classes, do what you need to do on the books and, with your professors. And you can't do that, marriage.
It's overwhelming.
You can't do it, marriage.
Because you can't walk and chew gum.
No. That's not allowed.
Well, since you put it that way, it makes perfect sense. They can't walk and chew gum. I know good and hell well.
Right.
They can't go to school and be married.
Right.
We can do it. They just can't do it.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. No.
I got it.
So it's no way you can have kids when you're married. You can't do that either.
Deandra say y'all not about to have her side hurt today. Yeah, only women can be married and go to school. Yeah, right. We built like that.
That's a woman's job because the man has to be put together before he steps into a marriage.
Okay. It's amazing. They can go out and party and stuff and be married or in a relationship.
That's different.
Oh, okay.
That's different. That's different. Who wouldn't want to go party all the time?
They can hang out all night and come back the next morning.
And what, like
in a relationship or a marriage?
That's new to my ears. Cause ain't there nigga ever better.
Well, not yours, but I'm saying there are some that do it. Girl, it's just certain areas where they can multitask. That's what you're telling me?
If they doing that, y'all need to call me. Please call me.
Okay. They could party all night long
Mm-mm. No, no.
and still be in a committed relationship or marriage. But just don't ask them to marry you while they're in school.
The M word is a cuss word. That's
It
a
really is. It
that's a
really is.
my bishop say that
Look
help.
at Lacey. Welcome in, beautiful.
Right,
You gotta be focused to go to school, not the club though. Right? Okay. I
right,
see she done came and broke it down to the very last compound, y'all. It makes sense.
right. She
It
made it
makes
make sense
sense.
for sure. It definitely makes sense. And
Wow.
I told her
Wow.
it wasn't possible. You can't do school and marriage. No. Yes. No. No.
Just don't go together, huh?
Don't go together.
That's crazy to me. So you get to pick and choose which areas you're very fluent.
Adult, you want to be an adult. You get to pick the areas you want to be. That's why men have it so great.
They
Men have,
really do.
they do.
They really do.
And some of us foolish women sit around waiting.
Most of us foolish women
Right,
sit
right,
around waiting.
right.
I ain't waiting.
But see and the thing is, once you get over a certain hump, and it's different for everybody. But once you get past a certain hump, ain't all that sitting around waiting. If you don't have a timeline, I have one. You can't meet that timeline, and I'm speaking in love and whatever. It is enough is enough.
Okay, so that goes back to what Brandy was saying. He was in two failed marriages. So
Right,
he's on his second divorce.
right.
It's not fair for him to punish that woman.
But that's what I'm saying. He didn't heal himself. You can't move on and you're not healed.
Then he should have never
But
gotten into the
that's
relationship.
exactly what I'm saying.
That's where it
And
goes to the whole word selfish, all capital letters. That was
it's
very
not fair
selfish.
for her to have to wait for him to feel like now I'm ready. Like what? So what am I, chopped liver? My feelings and stuff don't matter. No, and you got to make your feelings matter, Brandy. I hope you still here.
Cheer,
You
cheer.
got to make your feelings matter, because guess what? At the end of the day, he gonna do what he want to do. He is
He is already.
right, right. Like you, and if that's his, you need to find out if that's his final answer. And if
Right.
that's his final answer, it's a chief out there that want to marry you, baby.
Baby girl, you better come on over here where we at. If your ultimate goal is to get married and you got a deadline,
Right,
baby, it's
right.
immediate over here where we at. I'm trying to tell you.
They gonna beat your deadline. They gonna beat your deadline.
You heard her? You see what she just said? She said, "Woo, y'all, my therapist told me I'm pretty much a mistress." And it made her chest cave in.
Right.
Baby, have you not been listening to my previous live streams? You need the gut punch in order to get yourself together mentally to do the necessary things you need to do to take the next steps.
Look at the babe coming through. Look at the babe coming through. Now, he may have thought he was healed until
Until he got to put in a position.
where he found out he wasn't.
Well, how you do that?
Oh, I'm gonna tell you how. Brandy, I'm going in a little invasive now. And you can say that it's invasive, but have you been intimate?
Absolutely, girl. She's spending weekends with him. Y'all got to follow Brandy. See, she got out of the wild group, but I'm following her.
Okay.
She's in love. She's in
Okay.
love. She loved this man. She lights up when she talk about him.
Yeah.
They are intimate. She just spent the weekend with him. That was her last upload that I watched.
Yeah.
Her feelings absolutely should matter, and you cannot punish one person for what someone else has done to wrong you.
Unfortunately, for some people, they don't know how to separate. They don't know how, and this is all in healing.
Mhm.
It's all in healing, because guess what? I've been in relationships. I could say, man, I done had effed up relationships too many times. I'm done. Like, no, that's not the mindset to have. But it's a healing process, and if those steps aren't taken,
It absolutely is a healing process. I get you. Let's take Erica, and we just spoke openly, what, a day or so ago, again on a panel to bring you guys up to speed with where she is in her dating situation now. 16 years of being off the market, having men approach you and shooting them down. Um, but obviously, here comes the first little old buddy because that's what we named him, and she fell for him. So I was she healed after 16 years? I know some people take a long time, but 16 is a long time to jump right back into the next person that you meet or who come back to the surface and you want to pursue a relationship with them and then their intentions aren't good. They
Yeah.
aren't. He's not being 100 with her. We talked about this openly. So what about a case like that, Brandy? You don't want to be sucked into a relationship that you're going to give away a lot of years. You can't get them back.
Yep.
You cannot get them back. The last guy that I was in a long term relationship with, prior to my husband, was 11 plus years, and guess what? I walked away from it.
Hmm.
I walked away from it. You're not. And I shame on me because I should have walked away sooner than I did. But every time I got there, like I'm leaving, I'm leaving, I'm leaving. Girl, the money was coming. This was done. That was done. And not just a short period of time and go back to your old ways. Listen, this is what I always told that man. And I'm sure if my hubby's watching this, he'll be okay because I shared this with him too in the beginning. Because he could not understand how would you with him 11 plus years and y'all didn't end up married. Not that I'm upset because now you're my wife, but okay. And I said to him, the man made it so easy for me to cheat on him if I wanted to because he showered me with gifts and gave me all the money, but I needed the presence. I needed you here and off the clock. He was working too much, two full-time jobs, and it was not any time to spend. Okay. So he felt like, oh, I'm gonna give her money and take care of her that way and shut her up. It did for a while, but you missed that person. I'm the type of woman, and I shared with you before, I need my man with me. I need those hugs. I need to be cuddled. I need all that. So he also made it hard for me to cheat because he was so good to me. So don't get caught up in that materialistic stuff. 11 plus years and I can't get that back. Do you know if I can go back 11 plus years what I be doing right now? You can't get it back. So please, I know you love him, Brandy, but you need to have that conversation with him once and for all. And you need to decide where you're going to place him after you get through that because I don't know what that conversation is going to look like for you. I could imagine that some feelings are going to get hurt.
Hmm.
Um, I know it's going to be yours. He may get his hurt too
Yeah.
because he's not expecting you to approach him this way and like basically give him an ultimatum.
But he may not get his feelings hurt because it may be the push that look. So listen, and he can say yes, we'll get married. So then we need a timeline for that also, because you don't want to sit around for another 3 years waiting to get married if that's not what you want to do. You should have a timeline also in dealing with a wedding and be walking down this road. Don't let that go forever either, because they'll do that also, drag it along. And like he's already said to you, that he's getting divorced for the second time. Well, because you haven't found your forever. You could be his forever. You could be. But sometimes you have to put the pin in it and say, listen, this is what I need. If this is going to work and we're going to last, then this is what I need. And it's all right to let them know what you need.
Really quickly, I want to welcome in Iska. I didn't greet you. Welcome, beautiful. Thank you for being here. She said, do we need a timeline even when married? A timeline as far as what? Him to shape up? Give us a little more detail on that because I'm not sure what we're putting on a timeline there, Iska. Um, Building Ace, I read that. Creighton Riggs, welcome in, King. Thank you for being here. Appreciate having you. Timmy Young, welcome. Mega love shout out from Team Happy. Helenista, welcome, sissy. Pamela Tay, guys, unfortunately just lost her mother. She had the funeral services yesterday. I am so surprised to see you here, beautiful.
Happy
I
as
am so happy at the same time. I definitely want to call you today after my live stream to check in on you and see whatever you need, because I'm going to be honest with you, Pamela. Everybody's there for you from the time of the death up through the funeral services. But right now is when you're going to need the most love and support.
yeah.
And so I'm still here. You know, I always am. Unfortunately, I couldn't make the services. You sent me the information the morning of, so I wasn't able to work that out. But I definitely am going to reach out to you. I didn't want to reach out to you last night because I didn't know if you still had the family around, but I definitely will today after the live stream. Thank you so much for being here. And again, my condolences on the loss of your mother. Brandy, right? We're approaching a year and I'm getting impatient with this no title things. Either I'm your woman and you're my man, or we're going to discuss our future or leave me alone. When you say there's no title, y'all not even saying you're a couple. I know you're spending weekends with them and you're spending time with them whenever you don't have the kids. So, and I remember one time he was coming to you. So are y'all just sliding in, doing the do and then going on about y'all business for the week? Like, what do you mean no title? Are you looking for the marriage title, or there's not even a relationship established?
It looks like there's no relationship established.
That's what I'm getting, but I want to be certain.
Right.
She refers to him as Bay all the time, so I
Yeah,
want to be
I'm
certain.
your woman and you're my man.
Okay, Sierra, you already know, Queen.
Yeah.
That sounds like he didn't prioritize work and his relationship properly. Absolutely. And I think he's going back to my previous relationship of 11 plus years, where he would shower me with the gifts and give me all the money. And let me tell y'all, I didn't want for nothing. All of my bills were paid, I want to say, by him, because all of my money was going in my savings. Um, but again, I needed the man. I needed the man. I needed the body. I needed the cuddles, the warmth, the touch, and I wasn't getting that. I'm not gonna. It felt like in the beginning I got that, but then it transitioned when they went deeper. Came out of school and went deeper into, um, working and stuff like that. And so, unfortunately, I felt like the relationship was slipping, and so I would always give him reminders, and he would always shower me even more. But you know what? It doesn't make up for you missing your partner. It does not. It does not. I'll take the poor man that could be home with me every day, instead of the man that's, making it financially. Uh, you go to work, I go to work, we make this thing happen, but we're gonna be happy here together. We're gonna spend our nights together. There may be times where, unfortunately, like the situation I'm in now, we have to be on two different work schedules because of the children. But um I imagine that if we didn't have the kids, because Tony, since he came here, we had the kids. So if we didn't, then we would make sure our schedules align so we can always have time together. Um, okay, Tamika Davis, I see you, beautiful. Brandy, he told me we're together, but I want a distinguished title. Right. Not necessarily wife, but let it be known I'm your woman and you see your future with me. Okay, so that should, once you're in a relationship, that should have already been established immediately. That goes hand in hand with being together. Are
Hmm.
you being exposed to any of his family and or friends? Do you feel like you're the best kept secret? Because that's a hell to the no, no, no. You need to put me out there. Everybody needs to know who I am. Period. And if they haven't had the pleasure of meeting me face to face, they should still know about me.
Who I am. Hmm.
Um, Another excuse I've heard is I want to be financially stable. I want to be able to handle everything and take care of the bills and we need to vacation and stuff like that. What you ladies feel about that excuse?
I know that's right, Lacey. They need to know who I am.
Tamika Davis said that's right. Mm-hmm. Creighton. Life with Brandy sounds like the brother is trying to keep you hidden. It really do. And that's coming from a man. Take that, Brandy. That's coming from a man.
All right, Colonel.
A more seasoned brother, too. Oh yeah, I've met his oldest son's second oldest daughter, dad, and stepmom. Okay, but who is he telling them you are?
It's my friend.
Because I don't like that. I don't like that little title. This is my friend. If we in a relationship, I'm not your friend no more. I mean, I am your friend in a sense,
Right.
but you need to be making it known. Don't introduce me as your friend because you're getting over. No, we're not doing that. They need to know I. There you go, Lacey. Hey, Missy, welcome on in, beautiful. We talk about these brothers out here and what they be putting us through, and we tell them go ahead and be a man about it, just like Tony Braxton. Um, Come on, this stuff has been laid out to us for years.
Right.
It's all in the way you receive it and how you deal with things moving forward. Don't let these brothers get over on you with these stupid behind rules and stuff in these relationships. Put your foot down. You'll be you'll be so happy that you did. Take your life back. Stop giving away all these years and then at the end of the day, the relationship is going to fall apart anyway because you're going to be like, I should have took care of this sooner. Like, that's crazy.
Right. Right.
How about I'm working on my credit because I want to give you the world? Okay. That's the whole financial piece. There you go. Want to be financially stable. Child.
Because you can't be married and work on your credit at the same time.
Right. Just like you can't be married and go to school.
No,
So that falls under that category.
it's
Okay.
possible.
But again, they can still be married or in a relationship and go to the club.
What the club ain't got nothing to do with this. We always talking about this club. What the
But
club?
can they? But okay, so they can be married or in a committed relationship, but hang up all night with the boys playing the games, the video games. They can do that.
Oh, you want to bring up the video games now?
Yeah, I mean that's a very important piece. That's listen. When you go to the altar, it's you, him, the video game, and God in
Oh,
His eyes.
that's what it's supposed to be.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
they've been leaving that out. The video games is very essential to your relationship.
Mm.
And I see a lot of crazy behind women buying them these game systems so that they can stay in the house. That's crazy to me.
First of all, I want to go all the way to the bottom where Mr. Riggs is saying exactly what I said in the beginning. Thank you, sir.
He introduced you as Brandy. I'm so sorry, sis, but I think it may be time for you to walk away. Oh, God. Now, what we don't do here, y'all, is break up people's relationships. We give them advice.
I mean, it is only advice, but the fact of the matter is, are we going to wait till next year? This time we having to talk about something, and Brandy be like, you know what, me and old boy just broke up. It's 100% her decision.
You know how I am about that. Never breaking anybody's relationships up. You know me.
Nobody wants nobody to lose their relationship or anything else. But at the end of the day,
Oh,
if
okay.
signs are there, if the signs are there,
No,
because
I'm
guess
being
what?
honest. I gotta be honest. I didn't see this.
Oh yeah, I know you
I
did.
didn't see that yet.
Yeah,
So okay, now I see why he said it. I thought he was just because I know him personally, you guys.
did. I know you
Me
did.
and his brother went to college together, and I've known him from over these years.
Yeah.
Um, he literally just introduces me as Brandy. I'm like, that's it, just Brandy. Yeah, that's hurtful. That's hurtful. So you got to take it back. You got to put that foot down. And when you say that's it, are you saying that to yourself in your head, or you making it known to him?
She put it in her head like that. Yeah,
You feel like it's a whole therapy session for you?
it's
Thank
all.
you. I love you too, Brandy. You already know that, though.
Love you, sis. That's right, and that's sorry. The truth hurts. Believe me, I know.
Oh God, he said I would be furious if my daughters was treated in such a manner. Absolutely, and he has 4 daughters.
Yeah.
So I get it. I tease them all the time, like, oh, they gonna give you the business. But ooh, wow. Brandy, it's unfortunate. And I know he's an older gentleman. How old is he, Brandy? And then how old are you too? Listen, Brandy had to do what's best for her, and she had already been having concerns and contemplating her next steps. Yeah. Ah. I
Mm-hmm.
know. Obviously, because she wanted to start the conversation off. She actually kicked it off.
Yes, she did.
She kicked it off. She said, I'll start. And she went right into it. So this is what she wanted.
Mm-hmm.
And one thing about it, I'm not going to sugarcoat. So I really don't like to
Let's rewind that a little bit. We're not going to sugarcoat. Let,
27 and 37. Oh,
let,
see, that's not fair to you.
yeah.
That's
Yeah.
not fair to you.
Uh,
Mm-mm.
nope.
Sis, you're a beautiful queen.
Yep.
Let us fix your crown.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Even if you keep him around because y'all friends.
But
That's
listen,
Brandy.
and
You and Brandy need to find somebody else.
it's all right to have friends. So you
That's
keep.
what I'm saying. She can add to her collection of friends if she want to.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
Because what I'm hearing is y'all friends. So guess what? Get you some more friends.
Yep. And your forever will be in that bunch.
Yeah, weed through them and see what works best for you. Take your power back.
Yep.
I know you might not like that one, Mr. Riggs, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, take your power back.
Because you
Get you
definitely.
some friends. Is you his friend? Get you some more friends.
Yep.
You got to shake it up a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Treat them accordingly. There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. And now, from now on, moving forward, stop that Bay stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
What's
Mm-hmm.
his name? Call him by his name because that's who he introduced you as.
Government issue.
That's how I. Oh, this Judith. That's how I introduced Judith. Hi,
Right.
this is my friend Judith.
Right.
Now, what's the difference of what he's doing to you and what I just did about my girlfriend?
Right.
That's crazy. See, that don't even sound right.
Mm-hmm.
Just hearing it out loud, it don't sound right.
Right.
Oh, that's my girlfriend Erica. Erica don't mean nothing to me outside of being my friend.
Right.
I'm not intimate with Erica and Judith, but that's how I introduced them. So why is he introducing you the same way?
Girl, I told you to go to the top and click the thing.
I'm not going to be able to do it.
You probably can't type fast enough, Lacey. Talking about I should have been on this live.
Tell Lacey I'm about to, oh, she ain't got to go wait to the top. Here you go. We got room. She come on up.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Riggs, if you would like to come up, you're welcome, sir. Very level-headed man, guys, and I would love to hear his input and have y'all have his input too. Say, oh wow, you guys are young. I'm 49 years old,
Yep.
and it has taken me 39 years to be humble enough to get rid of my ego, to be able to listen. Yup.
Saying
And respect a woman's thoughts and feelings. I like that.
No, right.
that's exactly what I was saying in the beginning.
And
Like,
Mr. Riggs, if you come up, sir, you can turn your camera off. You don't have to be on camera if you don't want, but you're welcome to hit that link that I dropped and come on up if you like. I see you, Deandra. You wash your dishes, but you're in the bushes. Thank you so much for letting us play. Brandy, I don't even like the way he doing you, sis.
yeah.
I don't like that.
Mm-hmm.
I know you probably, I can't even remember. No, you obviously weren't. Go back and watch the live stream I did on, what was that, Thursday?
Yeah. Yep.
Thursday. Yep. And God, I can't even remember what I titled it. I'll send you the link on IG when we get off here. Send live stream. To Brandy. I'll send you that. You know I always send you links. Okay, she said she got her two toddlers screaming in her face, but she'll be listening and popping in. Good, because the rest of this is basically going to be dedicated to you.
Go and put that next comment up there.
Lacey, I dropped the link for you, sweetheart. Men can't take what they give. Soon as she friends on him, he gonna act like he want more, even though he don't. I just hope you don't fall for the games. Listen. That's exactly where I was gonna go before we got sidetracked.
Mm-hmm.
The moment
Mm-hmm.
she take on more friends and
Yeah.
he realized she's wiggling and moving a little different,
Mm-hmm.
he
His whole
gonna step up to the plate.
uh-huh. Let's get married tomorrow. These divorce papers are signed, sealed, and delivered.
You
We
don't
get
want to have
married
that. I
tomorrow.
don't want to have a big ceremony because he know he ain't got the money for it right now. I don't want to have a big ceremony. Let's
Right.
do a destination, or let's go to the justice of the peace. I
Right.
just want you to be my wife.
Right. You need a title, right?
Okay, we got Mr. Riggs, guys. Hey, sir,
Hey,
welcome.
what's going on?
Good to have you here. Good to see you.
No
It's been a
doubt.
while.
Absolutely, absolutely. I'm sitting here listening and reading. You know me, Wanda. My whole thing is don't call a man when he's actually a boy. You know what I mean? So you know me from the door.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So all that men acting a certain way, you got to understand what you're dealing with. Half of these women out here are not dealing with grown men. They're actually
Mhm.
dealing with a boy in a grown man's body,
There
and the
you go.
child does not match the age. So there's a big difference with that.
Right.
Well, we got building ace. Exactly. And a lot of times women fall right back in once he try to give you a little more. They not a lot of times, all the time.
Mhm.
Right.
It's the
Right.
Yeah.
trickery of it all. They listen. The men know that all they got to do is step their game up a little, and they got you.
They
They
put
already know.
more. Right.
They know that before they even start changing for you and giving you what you want. They know
Right.
it already. I'm gonna do this for about 5 days. I have it. It ain't gonna. It's not gonna even take
Oh,
to get to
Ain't
day five. The first night you
uh-uh.
gonna be sucked back in.
2 nights. Uh-huh.
I
2
ain't
nights.
giving it
nice.
two. The
What?
first night, if he do it the right way with all the right back shots and all the right touches and
No,
all that,
I still got an
listen.
attitude.
Oh,
Even after all that good, I still got an attitude on the first night. So
No, honey. That's you. That's a strong woman. Everybody can't go.
yeah.
You listen. The moment he come over, you all smiling inside and carrying on. The moment he
oh,
walking away, you watching him and smiling him because you so into this man.
Mhm.
The
oh.
moment y'all get under the covers,
Mhm.
she's in.
Yeah, well,
Don't let
it
old buddy
happens.
cuz call now. The extra one she had, because
Right.
now she gonna have a whole attitude with him. What? Why you call? Like, yeah,
Right.
we turn. Bull. Women can't cover up when they doing stuff wrong, and I tell people all the time because they start to treat home and the extra totally different. Just pay attention to the tell signs. They're out there. When somebody starts spazzing on you and snapping on you for no reason, it's somebody else. It's
Mm.
Oh,
somebody
that's what that is.
Nine times out of 10, it's somebody else. And you're annoying them because you're in the way right now because they really want to be with that person.
Right. Right.
So where does the honesty in the conversation come out? Like, why deal with that? I don't understand.
Well, that's why we're telling Brandy
Some
to go
people,
ahead and buckle down and have that conversation. It should have already been had.
some people are
Oh,
some people are not trained, and I'm saying trained. It's the correctness in that conversation. If people not ready, people don't want the truth. People
I
don't
agree.
want the truth because the truth is painful.
But I already
Mm.
told them, I already gave them the secret. Go ahead and let that man gut punch you and tell you something that's going to hurt your feelings so that you can get that strength and move on. That's normally what it takes. A woman is going to chase a car up the street. You gotta come back. A woman going to tell you, you ain't going nowhere, blocking the door and all that foolishness. The moment he
See,
say the right things to hurt her, he can
Mhm.
go.
Right.
He can go because now she got the strength.
Right.
F him. I'm going to find me somebody else. And girl, she go get on that black dress.
that
Mhm.
is
She call her girlfriends. She head to the club. It don't matter who she meet that night. He gonna get
but
it.
that is so hurtful to hear, though.
It is, but it's
That you have
true.
to wait to be, you have to wait to be hurt like that.
You
I don't.
do. You do. I keep telling my ladies here, women hold out. We endure until he go ahead and hurt us.
Hellenisa just said we give relationships the Christian attention. Forgive, forgive, forgive.
I just said that with Erica the other day. We keep enduring it. But
Mhm.
she got good head and face to face. That's why I'm happy that I'm her friend and I'm in the background like, No, he ain't getting the cookie. No, I know it ain't mine, but he ain't getting it. You waited 16 years. Why you gonna give it to him and he ain't even acting right? No, you held out 16 years. What's a little while longer?
Well, being firm in what you believe in makes all that worth it, though. You know what I mean? She has to figure out exactly who she is, what she's willing to accept, and what she's not willing to accept.
It's just that she was single for 16 years, and everybody that approached her, she shot them down because they didn't like give her that feeling she wanted to have. And then to come back across this guy, she revisited the feeling she had in her younger years, and she obviously feel like they're still there, and so that's my one.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah, but
obviously, you're not his.
They're not
right.
his.
But that's a frailty that we as human beings have because that's a safe spot. She know what it's about, or feels as though she knew what it was about. That it's going to remain the same. So that's why it was comforting to go back to that. You know what I mean?
She's looking for something, and the little bit of attention that he gave her was enough for her.
Was enough.
See, she should be at a point of graduation, and I'm saying, like I say, in them ILs, that I'm slow walking this man that I'm talking.
Mm-hmm.
This is exactly what I mean. That man has never heard "I love you," and we going on 2 years.
This man said he said very little, but she had the other man that has been pursuing her, and she been putting him on ice for 6 years. And so now, when he finally pissed her off for like not taking on her advances and not responding to the text, now the one that's been around 6 years is worthy enough for you to go ahead and let him shoot his shot. And that's not. And you heard me tell her the other day, you didn't do that man right either. You made him wait 6 years. That wasn't fair either. Because one thing about me, when I'm talking to my friends, I keep it real. I really do. I can't sit here and lie and sugarcoat and give you what you want to hear. I got to tell you what's real.
We to keep it real, crew.
Oh, listen, you better know it.
No doubt.
So let me ask you, Mr. Riggs.
Yes.
And can you be honest? Can you tell us some things that you gave women, some lines you told women in the past when you just simply wasn't interested, just to shoot them away?
To shoot them away?
Mm-hmm.
One point I had told one female that I was gay. I wasn't interested.
You went that far?
Look, sometimes, some people just don't take a hint, try to be nice and be like, no, that's cool.
They can't take it subtle, right?
Exactly. So now, it's like, no, look here, my dude is gonna be here in a minute. So he gonna get mad at me if I'm sitting here talking to you. So
oh my God, you went that far. You play too much.
You know me, you know how I am.
Ooh.
So, you know what I mean? I try not to be rude and disrespectful to anyone. You know what I mean?
What do you? But you had some younger years. So before you got to this place where you are now, right? And you were in a relationship. How did you get out of it? What did you do? Like, did you try to soften the blow in your younger years, or did you just ghost the person? Because I noticed that a lot of men will ghost you because it's easier. They don't have to have that final conversation.
Well, to be honest, I was reckless. You know what I mean? I didn't care about nobody's feelings but my own back when I was younger. So if I was in a relationship and I wanted to get out of it, what I would do is I would probably ghost you for about 2 weeks, but I'd call little texts to keep you there just in case what I'm pursuing doesn't work out. So I always have a back door to come back. Like, okay, well, she wasn't that bad, so therefore I'm gonna mess with this here
until something else come along.
Yeah.
Y'all hear that? How much clearer can we make this?
Damn.
You gotta know when you're their second choice. We talked about that. I'm going to keep going back to when we had Erica on the panel.
You got to be a second choice when you're not their only option.
Guess what? The sad part is you're not just going to be the second choice for that one person. Because what did he say? I'm going to reach back and mess with you until the next one comes along. You're always going to be backburnered. She said you was an opportunist.
Hey, I mean, I could take that because during that time, you knew me back when we was in college. Look, anything walking, if you smile right, I'm on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he was reckless, y'all, back in.
I mean,
Out
at
of
some point,
control.
we all go through a reckless phase.
Yeah.
But you know,
Well, see, with him, right? Him and his sister was always best friends. We used to always think they were a couple, except they looked alike when we met them in school. I always
Right.
teased them about that. And so he had his sister in his ear telling him, like, nah, this is what you want to do. Like, she was down as hell. So, and then she equally had him, like, nah, if you want him, you got to do this. And I used to sit in the cafeteria, like, I remember hooking your sister up with Howie. And I don't think you like that. I don't think
No
you like
comment.
it.
No
I
comment
know,
about
I
that
know.
situation.
But I did. I hooked his sister up, like, to distract her so he could move how he wanted to move. And I don't know if that was a good or bad thing, but I did. I hooked his sister up with somebody, and that didn't exactly turn out right.
Yeah.
But they were so close. I used to call them Brandy and Ray J. They were so close. I
Yeah,
swear.
I remember that. Yeah, you did.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But I didn't change
What
up
she said.
until I
Not if
had
you
my
smile
daughters.
right.
Yeah. Oh wow.
you
Rick
said
the
change.
game like Tony Gaskins. I'm done. I'm done. What she say? Not walking.
Like,
Not anything walking.
okay. Hey, I told you I did back then. It was about growing up in Camden where I grew up. It was more so. It wasn't about who you was talking to or chasing. It was about as a male anyway. It was about how many females I had. Like if
Okay.
I could open my contact list and I got 22, and the dude I'm hanging with he got 15. I'm better than you. So it's like a competition thing. So
Oh
therefore,
God.
didn't leave a lot of room to actually get emotionally tied down to anyone. You know what I mean? So it, like I said, until my daughters was born, that's when I started looking at things different. Because now it's like
Obviously.
they looking up at me. So now when they start dating, you don't bring nobody home like me. I promise you, don't do that.
It is
You
so
know what I mean?
funny yet refreshing to hear you talk like that because I saw you in your reckless days.
Oh yeah, oh
I knew
yeah.
you when you was out of control, and I used to feel sorry for your mama.
Hey,
And
I
we
bet
were
you.
in college, and I was like, boy, if y'all don't, it was you and all the rest of them. And I'm like, if y'all don't settle down, like, but they
Yeah,
weren't. Mm-mm, mm-mm. They
nah.
were who they were. And like I told y'all, we come from Camden, which is the most dangerous city in the US. And it is what it is. But that's the mentality of the men. And I even shared with them, Creighton, that um, back then you couldn't date guys outside of Camden or they was going to get beat up.
Oh, that was automatic. Like, don't bring no Philly brother to any local
Yup,
squad party. No, oh, before he leave, he getting ran up. We
yup,
we running down on him all day.
yup. The whole time he in the party enjoying himself, y'all plotting on him.
Oh
He
yeah,
don't even know.
there we go. Like, yep, he drove up here, no doubt. We getting his keys. We running his pockets. Like he walking back over that bridge.
Mm.
That's
It was
crazy.
yeah, it was. But Philly, when we went to Philly, they did the same thing
Yup,
to us over there.
yup.
So
So you knew it was territorial. Yeah, you knew.
yeah.
Welcome into all of Team Happy. Thank you so much. Mega Love shout out. Thank you for being here. Mrs. Lee, Panama City. Welcome, beautiful. Thank you for being here. Brandy says a lot of men say that fathers don't want their daughters bringing home men like them. Absolutely not, because they already did that. They ran the streets. They know what they already were the knuckleheads, so they can spot
Uh-huh.
them a mile away.
Mm-hmm.
Point blank. Period. That's what it is.
Yeah,
So
but
another thing that I hear is men always say, and this one confuses me like no other. It's me. It's not you. What the heck does that mean?
ooh, that's
It's
a that's a that's a pretty lie.
Yeah.
It's
it's,
you.
it's not you.
It's yeah, it's how I feel about
It
you.
drives me
So
so crazy because you trying to act like you taking ownership, but you not.
You
no,
know.
no, no, no. Because I do nothing wrong. That's the mentality. I do nothing wrong. So you messed this up. You made me feel a certain way without even looking at what I did to cause that. You know what I mean? So therefore, guess what? A nice way to walk out the door is like, you know what? I need time. It's not you, it's me. You know what I mean? And that just gives me a little time to do what I need to do, run the streets or whatever, just to
So
open
that
that door
whole
to stay
thing,
where you are.
that whole thing of guys picking arguments so they can get out the house. You here to confirm that?
All right. I've done that. I've done that.
That's crazy.
I've been told I was in one relationship where she was like, "Oh, my, are you hungry?" I'm like, "No, like I just ate." She's like, why you talk to me like that? Like, look, like just leave me alone. Like, I don't feel like it. Like, well, why you act like that? You know what? Nah, I need to take a walk. And I'll leave. And I won't come back for like 2 days.
And he got in, obviously.
A girl,
Yeah,
she was
well, yeah.
waiting.
Oh, yeah. Blowing my phone up, concerned.
Yeah.
And like I was trying to say, like, what's her name? Life with Brandy. I did that. You know what I mean? She never know the girls that I dated it was me and your relationship. Don't nobody else need to know I'm with you. So I didn't introduce you to anybody that was actually important to me. You know what I mean? My friends, couple of my friends, yeah, okay, they keep a secret, or maybe a cousin. Nobody that mattered. Because then I have to give you, Wanda, you know how it is. If I introduce to my sister, that my sister would know, well, who is this? Is this a friend, girlfriend, what?
Yeah.
Yeah, so anybody that mattered to me, that's who you did not meet.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
Jesus, I hate that. Y'all don't know. That is the line that I hate most. It's me, not you. What the heck? That is so broad. That's just you have me flabbergasted even more when you say stuff like that. That's crazy to me.
It's me.
Hellenista said, I done use that line, it's me, not you. But I was serious. That's crazy. So you was gone when you said it, huh, Sissy? That whole line is not me, it's you. Will stress women out because most women, I think, I'm the one that can change. Why do women think they can change anybody?
Because you can.
They can't even change themselves. They can't even change enough to get out of these failed relationships.
We can be there and assist in things and try to help, but we can't change you. The only being that can change you is the ultimate being. We can't change nothing. We can be instrumental in what changes happen, occurs, and all that good stuff. But no, we can't change no man.
No.
I'll be honest with you. I can't speak for all men, but I know me personally. Once I got rid of my ego, because my ego kept me from acknowledging a lot of things. You know what I mean? The type of man that I wanted to be was too hard to get to without accepting what a woman was telling me. So therefore, in my opinion, that's where I could come from as far as it's a woman that actually gives me the strength to acknowledge the fact that I'm not as strong as I thought I was. I could be better with you. So therefore, I'm going to move different or change to have your acceptance.
But just like
you know what I mean?
saying, it's your ego, and yes, it all comes with a level of maturity. When we figure out this place, it's a place that we need to get to for people to understand that, like I said, you leaving and you going for a couple nights. Where you coming back to, bro?
Not when you coming back. Where are you coming to?
Coming back talking about something wrong with my kid. You think so? I mean, days where you going?
There's something wrong with my kid.
Boxes still in the alley because it's your stuff.
Wow.
Oh.
Well, like I said,
my kid, not the stuff in the alley.
Raising my daughters opened my eyes to a lot of stuff. I became more responsible.
Absolutely.
I remember reading something on here where somebody was saying they was working on their credit or whatever. I learned how to take control of my household to where I could work, be in a relationship, and still work on my credit. You know what I mean? Anything is possible. I tell my daughters all the time, there is nothing that you will encounter in this life that is impossible. Everything is possible, depending on how you look at it and which approach you take to achieve what it is that you're reaching for. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of things. Like a lot of people stress over things that shouldn't be stressed over. In my opinion,
That is crazy. But I love that you're being honest and forthright with this information. I love it because you know what? Women need to hear it. A lot of men despise Steve Harvey because they say he talk too much.
No, see, I ain't gonna lie. I like Steve Harvey because, honestly, a man is like growing up, you're told as a boy, men don't cry. Men do this. Men take control of that. And honestly, it's a falsehood. You know what I mean? We're miseducated from birth. You know what I mean? And a lot of us don't get to the point where we can openly say, I don't know how to do this. I'm hurting. I need you to help. And that's because that's that ego that men have, along with a lot of fear.
It
Like I
may
said, I
it
have four daughters.
it may
Four
not
daughters.
um it may not be miseducated, but it could be the training that you get as you're becoming a man. A lot of men are in single households. A lot of boys that are becoming men are in a
Hmm.
household and don't have a man to rear them, to help them understand what a man is. But then again, if like what you said not too long ago, if we still have the boy that's in the grown man's,
Mhm.
he can't teach this little boy how to be a man.
Exactly.
He's
Exactly. I agree with that.
how to be a boy, just a bigger boy.
Right.
The bigger boy. There you go.
Yeah.
So it's all in, and you got to have a mentality of change, of different. Like you just said, yes, we all know that the woman is the force in the relationship, but the man is the head, and we can't take the head from the man.
Mm-mm.
Can't take it. It's for the man to be the head.
Mm.
Irregardless if these women are not submissive or not, it really is for the
Yeah,
man to be the head.
yes. And the women, guess what? We the bookkeeper, the chef, the maid,
Yeah,
the
we wear the other hats.
right,
But
exactly,
don't take the manhood
exactly,
on. That's not for you to do. Because I keep saying a woman cannot raise a man.
right.
There has to be male figures, or it's going to be
Yeah.
a lot of room for disaster.
No, I understand that. And as you know, Wanda, I grew up in a single family home. Just my mother, my sister, and my grandmother, and my great grandmother. So the male role models that I had were drug dealers,
Hmm.
womanizers, was, you know what I mean? Anything I learned about honor or respect came from reading. Anything with medieval times, King Arthur, that's what I thought a man was supposed to be like.
Mm,
You know what I mean? So that's
mm.
why I tried as I got older and start learning from the mistakes I was making that that honor means something, which actually helped me prepare to even take care of my daughters and educate them and have them as strong as they are.
Right.
You know
So
what I
I
mean?
know, from knowing you that you were in the military.
Yeah,
Do you think you mistreated women back
definitely.
then? You did.
Definitely. I didn't have any respect. I was so far gone and to where, honestly, I mistreated women because I got hurt by the one female that I really cared about. So she hurt me. So I just had no
You
love for
took
no
it
one
out on
else.
everybody else.
Yeah.
And it's so sad, but I hear that a lot. And what's like baffling to me is they always say that when you're in the military, they teach you discipline. But that's not discipline. You're moving around reckless.
But it all depends on what you apply the discipline to. My work ethic is impeccable because of the discipline I had.
Mhm.
You know
Okay.
what I mean?
But you
Taking
didn't
care of my
take that
household.
in your relationships.
It had no room for the relationships. I said what I said, and that's what you do. That's what the military. And honestly, you have more. The divorce rate in the military is higher than anything outside of the military. The abuse rate is higher than anything outside of the military because in the military you're built to be in control. If you're given an order, you follow that order. If I'm in the military and my wife is not, she doesn't understand that. So when I
Right.
come home and say do something, you don't do it. Now you're disrespecting me. So now my ego kicks in, and now I
Mm.
have to discipline you. You know what I mean? That is it's horrible. I mean, if you really
Thank
think
God I
about
never dated a man in the military. A lot of women say it's perks and stuff. I never was interested in going down to them bases meeting nobody.
it. Okay.
Well,
Well, I
because
would never.
what I always saw was they always wanted to separate you from your family. You had to travel with him and stuff, and I wasn't willing to do that in my younger years. I
Okay.
had responsibilities at home, like taking care of my grandmother and just making sure my mom and my dad was okay. So it was never an option for me to move away from my family, and so I would not even entertain a guy that's in the military because I know it's a lot of movement involved.
Well, that's
However, I know a lot of women like it because they say a lot of perks come with it. I didn't want to do that either.
right. But like I said, the main thing from my personal experience, being 49, going through marriages and being in relationships, it's an ego. It's an ego trip.
How many times were you married?
Twice.
Twice. Brandy.
Would you get married again?
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Brandy.
Because I'm a way better person now.
Maturity, right?
I knew I'd stop that too for you being married, but I wasn't really sure. But I was so happy when you stepped up here because I knew I was going to be able to correlate that to what was going on in Brandy's situation and show her this is a man who's been married twice and he's still anticipating marriage. What's wrong with your partner? Welcome on in. Wanda, that's Hill's Tiny Farmhouse Life. Thank you so much. I'm working on myself. Heard that before. And I was like, peace. Absolutely. So you can't work. Wanda, you missed all this good stuff. You can't work on yourself and be in a relationship at the same time. It doesn't work.
A marriage.
A marriage or a relationship.
Yeah.
Right.
And you can't further your education while you're in a relationship or marriage either. But you can go to the club all night.
And you can stay out a couple nights.
You can do all that in a relationship or a marriage. You got to know what things they can and cannot do while in a relationship or marriage.
Right.
They can only multitask in certain areas. You just have to figure out what side of that line you belong on.
Right.
In most cases, we stand on the wrong side.
Yeah.
Majority.
And we hang around and endure this foolishness. We have a whole grown man up here on the panel that's telling you guys the stuff that he did, how far he would go to get rid of a woman, and in the event that the next best thing wasn't the right thing, he would kind of have her back here simmering.
Back to the lady.
So he could pull her back to the front burner and cook up on her a little longer until he found the next best thing. But she never was going to be number one.
Yeah, well, you know that from the first, 15, 20 minutes of the conversation, how far it's going to go.
If you don't sound like me, I know if I'm going to go on another date or even continue talking to a person in the first couple of minutes of me first encountering them and like, say it's a first date. I know if there's going to be a second immediately.
Right.
I know if I'm even going to entertain you with another phone call or text immediately. If the conversation means nothing to me, if you see me looking like I want to be at one of the other tables
or walking out the door,
just know, don't even bother.
I excused myself to the restroom and left.
Restroom?
No, I said
I'm not even pretending.
Well, I hear that.
I'm not pretending.
I'm saying from a man, first thing most men look for, especially on a blind date or hitting one of them dating sites or whatever, sit down and talk to you. The first thing I'm thinking about is how long is it going to take me to manipulate you to get you in the sheets? If you can give me that opportunity.
That is so wrong. It's so bad to hear, but it's so good to hear at the same time. I mean, this stuff is crazy.
Nah, but that's what I'm saying. There's two things. Like I could think about manipulating you, but depending on our conversation, if you're strong-willed, understand that tweaks that to the point where now I'm more interested. You know what I mean? Like as a man, we're warriors. So any little fight is piquing our interest.
Right.
We need to be able to work hard for something.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because now once we get it, now I'm holding on tight. I put too much work in. You know what I mean? So that's how it normally go.
And just like he's saying, and I know, just like you just said, immediately as we sit down, if we was on a date and you trying to figure out when you get the draws, when we married, period. Ain't no need to play around with. Like you said, I know. So there you go. Right,
Miss Mama J, you are absolutely right. I agree with that 100%.
Yeah. Let me get that here. Them lines is just a reverse psychology, a whole mind game. Absolutely. Welcome in, Charms. That's my sissy, everybody. I tried to call you. Sissy, I'm going to call you today, too. So that's 2 phone calls I need to make. Your pleasure. Welcome, beautiful. Me and Judith want to talk to you. Yes. So we're going to reach out to you on Instagram. because I'm finally going to get back to you about the question you had for me.
Okay.
Building A said, I know immediately too, because I don't like to play games and I'm straight to the point with it. Absolutely. Listen, I'm not wasting my time. It's not even about you. It's about me at this point.
Right.
I'm not doing this to myself because I've shared
Right.
with y'all before. I went on a date where I was uncomfortable. It was the longest couple of hours of my life. And I
Oh
promised
my.
myself I would never do nobody a favor. Younger years, of course, do me a favor, girl. I'm going to be with my friend. He bringing his friend with him. Just entertain him. I would never do
Uh-oh.
that again. His
Your
friend need to
wingman?
go home somewhere. His friend need to go home somewhere. Never will I do that again. I didn't know you have a real grown man on the panel today. I didn't either. This is a sweet
Oh wow.
surprise.
See
Their
what?
wisdom that they've gotten through growth is worth more than anything you can give in money form, right?
Oh
Educate.
wow. Thank you.
Wow.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
absolutely. Absolutely. And we don't want no little boys up here playing. We want grown men. So I'm loving it. She
Right.
said, okay, I'm waiting. Okay. So your pleasure will reach out to you by like in the next couple days, right? Next couple days. And Charm said, I'm waiting. Yeah, I can't wait to catch up with you, sissy. But as you guys can see, we're just talking about these men that give us the craziest excuses why they won't lock down
Yeah.
or lock in on a relationship or a marriage. And it's just crazy.
Let me tell you.
I've had a girl tell me the man told her, let his kids get older and more independent first. I'm like, because there ain't no
Wow.
such thing as a blended family. Like, what? Who
Oh
says that
no.
and who accepts this? Like, how did that conversation end? No.
Right.
Why do your children need to be older for you to be with me? The only thing I can come up with that makes perfect sense is you still with their mom.
But I was about to say, don't say it, but you're absolutely right.
You're still
Yeah.
with their
Yeah.
mom.
I don't have any free time to get away. So
Right.
therefore,
And I'm not letting my kids see me do this.
Right.
oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Wow.
I never understood men that like stay in relationship for the sake of their kids too when they're unhappy with a woman, but they do it.
No, they not. They happy.
Um,
They just like multiple women.
So that's just what they're telling the other woman, the
Oh,
jumper.
I mean, that can go both ways because a lot of men, like I was one of those men that when my daughters was born, my oldest daughter, me and her mother stayed. I stayed in a relationship with her. Wasn't so much for my daughter, even though I told her, well, I want to be here for my daughter to stand the other, but it was really because I wasn't ready to let her go.
okay. Right.
So I was willing to endure whatever dumb stuff that was going on just to stay there with her.
Mm-hmm.
And I used my daughter, which I'm shameful to say to a point, as a pawn to do that.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's not always like that, but more cases than none. Yeah, it is. That's a good excuse for me because now when I have an unexpected date or can't make it to the date with you, well, look, honestly, I got to do this for my kids right now because, me and her mom, we not together, we even in different rooms. It doesn't matter. I'm still there with her, but I can't be with you. That's why I can't have you come here. That's why we got to meet in a hotel. That's why we got to meet somewhere else. We always have to meet somewhere where we're not seen together.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Get my charger. That is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
He
there
dropping
you
the
go, ladies. There you go, ladies.
bombs for y'all.
You don't have to guesstimate no more.
Okay.
Listen, so we got Wanda saying you have to know your value and your worth after being hurt by a man who kept telling me he was working on himself. I decided I deserve better. And I was like, the next one would have to earn me. And she says, I made my husband wait until after marriage before getting the goods. Oh my God. He had to pay for what the other brother did. Women, we
Wow.
have to know our worth. It was good. It worked out for him. But realistically and honestly speaking, he had to pay for what the guy before him did.
She
And
de-
that's normally the case.
Ooh.
she
Now
decided
that is
choose
a gamble with me.
she decided to choose herself. I mean, we don't know what type of journey it is. We just getting a snippet of what happened because again, I've been celibate and I decided until I get married.
Okay, so we can take this back to the beginning of this live stream and apply that to Brandy. This
Right,
man
Okay.
said
right,
he's on divorce number 2.
right.
He's on divorce number two.
That would change what we were saying to her.
No, it don't change what I said to her. She got to decide if that's something she wants.
I know, but I'm saying we could put it on the man's point of view. He is at a point where he's deciding.
Right, that he don't want to get married right now.
But the point, just the only thing I have to say about that he did wrong was get involved with getting an entanglement. You know, that's my new word with
Exactly.
Brandy because it's at her expense.
Right. Yes, it is.
But he do have the right to decide. If we're going to say this, then he has the right to decide, and she gets to choose herself as well.
Exactly.
So we can look at that relationship in two different ways.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. That's why.
But Judith, I'm sorry, but Brandy, you have to put yourself first. Like he's clearly putting himself first.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because he do have the right to make that decision. So his decision to you was made. If you want to still have that final conversation that you need, because it seemed like you're fed up, go ahead. But make sure this time he's not the only one stating how he feels. You need to state exactly how you feel too.
Well, I'm gonna say this. I know me personally, a woman that knows her worth, which I've seen a lot of the pop-ups on the screen talking about knowing your worth. Please understand, a strong woman that's unwilling to bend on what she needs. Once that's expressed, is very attractive. You know what I mean? So if she gets into a conversation, has this talk with them, if she shows, I hate to say it like this, but any type of weakness or giving into him, he's going to dominate and mistreat her constantly. You know what I mean? That's just my opinion on it. Because I know for me, back in the day, that, like I said, I'm listening to everything you're saying, but I don't really care about it because my thing is trying to get you to listen to what I'm saying, because what I'm saying is more important. And if you allow me to do so and not showing me your strength to combat me and not let me get that off, then understand I'm going to try to find somebody else because I'm either intimidated by you, or what's going to happen is that I'm going to be more attracted to you. So now I'm seeing you as a partner, not just an object or something to play with.
Yeah.
Have y'all ever heard this one? He don't think it's fair because she wants more kids and he's fixed. He don't think it's fair to move forward in a relationship with a woman because she says to him, I want more children, and he's fixed. That's his excuse.
He's doing her a favor.
Are they married?
Dating, but she's pursuing marriage. And this is the excuse that he's given.
Well, you know what?
I have somebody that was okay with that as an excuse.
Who was that?
I can't say it here.
I'm just saying.
Was like, wake your earth up. So he's fixed. What does that mean to you?
I want to tell you like this. If I'm in a relationship and we've been together for more than 2 years and you're telling me that you're pursuing a marriage, understand, I have a vasectomy done. I can't have any more kids. But if that's what you told me and I'm into you the way I should be, guess what? There are different ways to where you can still have a child. Those are options that I'm willing to pursue. Exactly. But for a brother to say that, understand.
He don't want it.
Nah, he don't want it.
That's his ticket out. Express.
Well, Willy Wonka, that's the golden ticket.
Yeah. Yes.
It's crazy the lengths that women go to obtain a marriage that 9 times out of 10 is never going to work.
Right.
You already know it when you're on the single side just dating. Why would you go through the process of the marriage just to further get humiliated and hurt? Why? When they show you who they are, believe them. Yeah. That's crazy to me. Oh, Deandra, I see what you said down there, but let me go through. Only a weak man can't handle a strong woman. If the man is strong, if maybe he wants a woman who is strong also. Okay, right.
No doubt. I could agree with that.
On our first date, that I dedicated my life to God and I'm waiting on my forever mate. Okay. I
Right.
told him he had
You
the
know what?
option to move on if he didn't think he could wait. That was wonderful.
Yep.
You know
That
what?
was wonderful, Uvanda,
And I
because people
support.
not that honest.
No, I support and love her husband because if that was told and I'm really like you, oh, I'll wait
Yeah.
because that's the strength that I need to back my strength up. Yes,
Okay.
I'm rocking with you
That's
all day.
just the woman you need.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know a guy, and I'm sorry. Oh my God. I can't tell who he is because it's crazy. He was in a jacked up marriage.
Mm-hmm.
His wife was in the army. She was running around all reckless. That the person she was cheating with, his wife found out,
Mm.
came to their home and busted up all their car windows and everything. Told the husband, your wife cheating with my man. She never stopped. It got so good she got pregnant by that other man. And they both left their partners for each other.
Mm.
So he couldn't afford, you're not in the service, she is. So he had to move back to Jersey where he's originally from. And so he married
It
the
just
very next woman.
Mm-hmm.
That woman is paying for everything the previous woman has done. He didn't
Mm-hmm.
heal. He didn't heal. He jumped back into another relationship because why? He couldn't stand on his own 2 feet. That first wife being in the military was in control of everything, paying the bills. He was that stay at home dad, crazy, while she was in the military running around doing her thing. And so when he lost her, he don't know how to do anything as an adult. They got together young. And so he married the next woman so she could take care of him. But guess what? She's all happy to be with him because he's a nice looking brother. But she's paying for what the previous woman did. And not only that, he now talks about his now wife like, I don't know why I married that B. And I'm like, well, first of all, you can't talk to me about her like that.
I say that's
You because he
I'm
said
against
he don't
that.
know why he married her because everybody he run around in the circle with slept with her. I said, but you knew this.
Exactly.
It's a lot of moving parts. See, that's what happened when you're so selfish and you married her so she could take care of you. You got to take all that baggage that come with it.
mm-hmm.
And you're so angry now that you married her because she's a hoe and because she's not that woman that you really want to be with. Ladies, you got to watch out for these guys. Their intentions are not always the greatest. Sometimes it's just for comfort. We talked about that when we talked with Erica. And I told her, be smart, move like a man. Move in with him. Don't put too many big ticket items in there so that if it don't work out, slide on out. He bought the house. That's
Okay.
all in his name. You moving into his situation. Men normally do that. Sorry, Mr. Riggs, but it's true. Men normally
Oh,
move in with women, live with them, and when they slide out of the situation and go with the next woman, she's left with debt.
well, once
She's
again,
emotionally disturbed, distraught.
right. But
Um,
I played that hand too. I lived with several women. You know what I mean? I'm talking about had them put cars in their name. I drove, had other women in it.
mm, mm,
You know what I mean? I'll drop her off at work and then go to the next one's house in her car. I had access to her credit cards. When I say I was, I was reckless. I was just like completely, utterly reckless. You know what I mean? Huh. But it's it's a mentality. You know what I mean? It's a mentality that. Oh no, I'm not even gonna say mentality. It's a maturity. You know what I mean? You have to obtain it. You have to, or else a cycle is just gonna be repeated over and over again. You know what I mean? A lot of guys out there that are so much of an egomaniac to where they're fearful to even let the woman they're talking to, maybe somewhat interested in, not fully, but somewhat interested in, know that they've been broken. You know what I mean? And because of that, now to cover that up, I have this masculinity I have to put out. I got to look strong. I got to look this. I got to look like, um, you know, just I just have to look like their perception of what a man is without even knowing what a
Mm-hmm.
man is. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like the sister just said, I forget that her name that's we're on a panel with. She mentioned it
Judith.
before. Judith. Like, yeah, like, honestly, we have too many boys out here raising these men. You know what I mean? So how can I grow if I don't know what to grow into? Because the person showing and training me hasn't grown himself.
Right, right.
You know what I mean? It has
That's
to be
that
a cycle
cycle.
broken.
It got to
Yeah.
get broken, right? It got to get
And
broken.
unfortunately, I don't have any sons, so I can't. I'm trying my best to break the cycle by talking to the young brothers I do speak to.
Very good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That helps.
Yeah.
That's always welcome.
Right.
I hope you're around when my little ones get of age and start dating.
I'm always available. Always available.
Hey, love. Hold on, y'all. My husband came in. Go ahead.
Yeah. Um,
I mean,
sound like your brother back in the day.
that's good. I mean, and that's what these young men do need a positive somebody that could. It's all in the teach, and
Right.
we don't have to be in front of a chalkboard to learn. It's how they see you moving, how they see you acting towards a woman, how they see you treating people. They're going to mimic it. They're going to grow up to do it and to be it.
Exactly.
Right. So we just
Yeah.
we have to be mindful of that. And a relationship is also something that you have to learn and have to know how to do and get into and be in. And I don't mean that it has to be a relationship of the man and the woman relationship, any relationship, a man to man friendship. Like a relationship is a relationship, and we build.
Right.
And if we don't know how to build them correctly, crap happens.
Yeah. Like I said, I'm trying my best to try to break the cycle, especially for our black men. You know what I mean? Because the only thing I've learned that's been great when it comes to my life and my change, my growth, has been getting rid of my fear and my ego.
Right.
Them two things alone has stopped me from being the best of my personal ability. You know what I mean? I was not able to see any growth until I got rid of my ego.
Right. Right. So you're at the best of your ability for this day because you've learned and and you've grown into that mature place where it's like, okay, well, this is this and that is that. And like, Wanda is like, you got to be mindful of the age or whatever. Right. Right. Exactly. 'Cause guess what? I know where I'm at. I know who I am. And at the end of the day, I want everybody to get to that place. Get there.
I'm sorry, I'm changing location,
Oh, no.
ladies.
I'm
So,
still stuck on the driving women around in somebody else's car, just like you, Wanda. I'm still stuck there. Why do y'all ever think that's
no.
okay?
The thing is that we don't think it's okay. It's the getting away with it, basically.
Is that
Just that,
drive? Is that adrenaline?
yeah. Instead of doing the rest, like I saw like 3 chicks today in my girl's car. She don't even know, because that's what you tell your boys when y'all sit around together. You know what I mean? Like, yo, bro, she don't even know. Like, I'm not gonna say no names, but where I work at, there's a brother there. Like, me and him at this point, we don't speak because I said, like, bro, I can't take your disrespect. Because he's married, got 4 kids, and he comes up to the job where we work at, and there's a hotel around the corner. He actually drove his car to the job and was driving around his mistress' car and had her sitting in the hotel while he was at work, and then called his wife and told his wife, well, I got to do some overtime and I got to go to the second job after that. Like, bro, are you serious?
Thank you, kiss. That's so sugar.
It's
Well,
like, nah,
makes
I
absolutely
can't
no
talk to
sense.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not cool. That's not
But
cool.
the thing is
Welcome in,
that
Kenneth. the Kenneth, the Kentucky fam, thank you so much for joining us, King.
What
Appreciate
what really
having you
pissed
here.
me off
Proud mixed
was
child is still with us. Thank you so much, King. It is I feel so good to know that the men are hanging in there with us, because I know that y'all look at us like this girl talk ain't for us. And a lot of the men slide in, but they slide out. But thank you guys for hanging in there with us. It's
that's
not always
that.
easy hearing what brothers be doing, but we do have a real man up on the panel. And he's speaking on behalf of some of the brothers, because I'm sure everybody don't
There you
think the
go.
same. So
Yep.
he's just walking and speaking in his truth. But thank you guys for hanging in there. It means a lot to us. And I see
Hello, Kenneth.
Mommy J is that's right. Is them trying to look like the player. Absolutely. But I just don't get the whole disrespect of it all. Because the moment a woman does that to them, all bets are off.
Right.
They can't handle it.
Nope.
And you know
They
what?
can't handle
That
it.
is absolutely right. And I still don't understand that. Like, I know brothers that'll sit there and cheating with 5 different women, but let their girlfriend, the one that they actually with, be
Mm-hmm.
like, yo, I was on the phone with my homeboy from back in the day. Oh, no, so you cheating? Like, yo, like
Yep.
really be
Automatically.
heartbroken. Like, are
Automatically.
you serious? Like, wow.
Automatically want a wrestler.
Mm-hmm.
Want
Yeah.
not want to go up top.
Yep.
Just the thought of it. It
Yep.
takes me back to that movie. Which one was that?
Mm.
Oh my God, Morris Chestnut,
Uh,
Monica Calhoun. What is that movie?
I don't know.
Come on, y'all. You got the wedding thing where the bull wrote the book.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
one of my favorite movies.
That's not Why Did I Get Married? No, that's not Why Did I Get Married. The Best Man. The Best Man.
Oh, the best man.
Remember when
Oh,
when the light skinned
yeah.
dude kept playing with him like, so you think she ain't never tippy toe out the bedroom, and he couldn't handle it? And when he really found out that it happened by reading that book, you remember how he beat Bull behind?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Remember when they got to the altar, when he was going in there to tell, like he just kept envisioning her on
And
top.
yeah.
He couldn't wrap his
Right.
mind around the fact that all the time he was doing what he was doing, she
Mm-hmm.
stepped out once and it killed him.
And you know what?
Men can't handle it.
That
Mm-hmm.
is a perfect example of when I was in the military.
Ouch.
They had this thing called "Do as I say, not as I do."
Mm-hmm.
A
I
lot
hate
of
that.
people do that. I say that all the time. Oh, so do as you say, not as you do, huh? Oh, all
Uh,
right.
Right.
That's hurting.
uh,
Check it out.
I can't do it.
Yes.
But you know, a good movie to see. It's called House on the Bayou.
I didn't see that, so I will. Y'all
Check
know
that
I write
out.
everything down.
Check that out. That movie. I had 3 of my daughters sit down and watch it with me. Like, yeah,
Let me
the
go see.
meaning and the message behind that is wonderful. I think anyway. That's my opinion. I'm not a movie critic.
Okay, PMC contributed. Only when the guy's playing is himself, and even if a man isn't in a relationship but sleeping around, obviously he's got no self-respect. Absolutely. Because what do you look to gain from that? I'm not understanding. You really have no self-respect. And you're playing yourself. You're not playing those women. It's crazy to think that it's okay to drive other women around in her car while she is out there being productive and working and stuff. Because I've even shared with y'all that in my younger years, I dated this creep. I want to call him something else, but we on YouTube, so I gotta keep it PG.
Okay.
I just Mr. Riggs know, because when I went to college, I had my son. My son was one. It was
Hmm.
just me and my son. I still only have the only child. And when I dated this fool, I was working 2 jobs. So I would go to my main job. I had a couple hours in between. I would come home, take a shower, freshen up, and go to my overnight job. And this fool was having women come over my place telling them that I'm his aunt and my son was his cousin. Like, that was just so crazy. And I never can get over stuff like that. He only played himself because it came out eventually.
Mm-hmm.
And
It
do
always do.
you think we gonna have a friendship after something like that? Never. And he always wanted to come back because he know what? I took good care of him. I was a good woman to him. Like, it's like that, what they say. And now I know I got this one right. Why did I get married? That 80-20 rule. Like, you
Right.
cashed out 80 for 20. It makes absolutely no sense. It looks good when you don't have what that 20% have to offer, like her time and around there doing all that crazy smoking weed and drinking. I'm not into that. And so that looked good to him. He wanted that, what they called it back then, that down ass chick.
Right.
And I wasn't that.
That
Right.
Oh,
around
but
my
when
girl.
he lost me and that's all he had, baby, he wanted to come back.
Mm-hmm.
And you remember back then you would change your number on somebody real quick. How
Flipping
many
real
numbers
quick.
did I go through back then trying to get away from clowns? I stepped my game up. I started moving, relocating. Yes. Soon as this leases up, I'm out. He
Let
ain't
me
gonna be
tell
able to
you.
find me.
I'm gonna go
Yeah.
way back. I'm gonna tell him my age. I used to flip it. I used to go for the cell phone and give pager numbers. You page me.
That's crazy.
Yeah, Lord. Hit me on the bat phone.
Mr. Riggs need to have these talks on his own channel. Need more men
Oh
out there
wow.
with wisdom. I'm your
I
first subscriber. Okay, okay.
you know what? You did Wanda, you did tell me I
I
probably need to
told
start
you.
that.
I told you.
I didn't think I had it. I don't think my thoughts would generate enough buzz to
Yeah.
even
Look at this
start one.
guy. I'ma just ask you, like I
Wow.
tell this, we got this other brother that comes through, TSM rapper, and he
Mm-hmm.
be over there wilding on his channel, and I'll be like, bruh, tone it down just a little bit. You're gonna get yourself in trouble. They ain't got no jail over here to put you in for 30 days. They going demonetize your channel slowly. I know you know, free to be who you are, but
Mm-hmm.
you gotta remain respectful for this whole platform. There's a lot of people out here. You don't want to give your channel back after you work so hard for it. It's not worth it. Now, PMC has a lot of interesting conversations and topics. And this brother, listen, he might start out, well, he don't even title his because we can talk about whatever we want over there. And I look forward because this brother is educated, just like Mr. Riggs. And I'm telling y'all, he speak on a plethora of topics and he's very knowledgeable. Y'all need to join in. This brother is normally live during the mornings, I will say. I normally catch him 8, 9 o'clock in the morning, like during my AM routine. He even comes on weekends, and sometimes lately I've been catching him in the evenings. If you haven't checked out PMC, and if you're in a position, King, please drop your link. Check that brother out. Now that brother will say what he want, but he'll take his down because he say he not here for that. He's just here to politic with us, keep it funky, talk whatever. But it's not. He don't have that same drive that we do. Like
Okay.
we were hustling to get monetized, and then it's all about uh um cash for us. It's all about a stream of income. He don't look at it like that. So with his topics, all bets are off, and he speak how he want to speak, and then he take it away, and I love that.
Okay.
Um,
How
I
do you
would
say
like for him to earn his coins on here, but I'm telling y'all, his chats be lit. Y'all gotta tune in. I'm gonna make sure I remind y'all and share his link out when I catch him on again, so y'all can come on over and check that brother out. He's bad. I'm telling y'all. And I know I'm probably like one of the oldest ones in there, but I hang in there because I love everything he talk about.
okay.
So
Well,
versatile. Yeah.
make sure you put that up because I would like to sit in
I
or
will
check it out
definitely,
myself.
and trust me, once you go, you ain't gonna stop going over there. You ain't
Well, we'll
gonna
see
stop.
because
Now listen,
it's very hard.
I will say that he be having people beefing in his chats, but he be shutting that down. I love it
Well,
because it's a
why
place
do
of
what I tell you?
respect.
Even on my Facebook, I shut my Facebook page down 3 times because of the controversy, because of certain topics I brought up, and people
But
didn't
it
like my
wasn't even
responses.
his. It wasn't his top. They had beef on their own, and I was looking like, well, where did that come from? It's just the battle of the egos. That's all it was. But he
Well,
was
there
shutting
you
it
go.
down. As he should. That's his channel. Shut that down. And
Right,
it puts the host in an awkward position because I'm friends with both of y'all. I'm not picking no sides. Y'all need to hash that out. It's
right.
unfortunate. It happened. It could very well happen in here.
But
I'm going to
how do
shut
you
it
say
down. I
this
have my
name?
mods in place. Shut that down. My mods already know. We're not doing that.
How how do you say this name? Hellenista? I don't
Hellenista,
want
yes.
to. Okay.
That's your
I
number one
appreciate it,
subscriber.
no doubt, and I am going to look into that. I want if I get some help with setting up or how to get it started, I appreciate it. I
I'll
mean,
DM you over on Instagram. I'll help you out.
okay, I appreciate that.
Having all the guys like, damn, he got all the girls, but fellas, some of them same brothers can't wait to tell us the piece of trash men we have. That's true. What y'all not taking in consideration is they go behind your backs and tell us.
Mhm.
I had one brother I broke up with. His best friend showed up at my house the next day. This was some years ago, y'all, with some corn liquor. He was running his mouth. He was running his mouth. He was telling me like,
Well,
yeah, maybe that time when he ran it all down to me, and I'm like, so whose side was you on? Where did your loyalty lie? Yeah, I'm mad at this brother, and we broke up, but why you feel the need to slide down here? And unbeknownst to me, I mean, I'm looking at him like he crazy, but he was trying to tell me all that stuff to turn me off from him so he could slide in.
so you slide it exactly. That's the only motive for
Yeah, them running their mouth.
yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? Honor, what they say is no honor amongst thieves, right?
Yeah.
So
Absolutely,
therefore,
guys gossip like females. Absolutely. I
oh,
always
I'm
say
sorry.
I can't stand a man that run
You know what?
his mouth like a little girl.
I
And I
will say
told this
this.
brother at my job, boy, I could bring you a wig and a dress tomorrow on some heels because he was around there dripping. I
Oh
told
no.
my platform about it, and I told him how he went to the office and tried to get me in trouble for saying that. Why? Because you can't handle what I'm saying. You acting like a whole female. I can loan you some of my,
Let me tell
wardrobe
you.
and bring you a little wig and some makeup if you like. Like, knock it off. I said it the best way I could because we were in the workplace. Because if we was on the street, it came out,
Mhm.
oh, no way.
But Wanda, let me tell you, men gossip more than women. I ain't gonna lie to you on that. Anytime there's three or more of us together, I can find out everything in the hood from the brothers. Any gossip that they heard from somebody else is already being spoken.
You know how I know that to be true? Brothers in prison know everything that's going out on the streets before us. Y'all know my son is incarcerated. He call and tell me what's going on in the family and everything. And I'm like, who told you? Be like, Buddha. I'm like, oh, man, listen. It's true. When they call home, everybody waiting to tell them the latest gossip.
What? Let me tell
Yeah.
you, any real brother that want to be in the streets, the first thing you do, if you need any information, you call your homie in jail. Because he find out what's going on before the boys that you got out trying to
You
get
can't
the
wait for
info.
that call to come
Yeah,
through.
you can't wait. Like, what's going on, bro? Like, yo, what's going on with Ray Ray? Like, what's going on, Ray Ray? Oh, you know, he just done the other. Yes. Like, it's hard. When I got out the military, the hardest thing I've seen my black men doing out here is when I first came back to Jersey. I came in home from Afghanistan. I haven't seen the States in maybe almost 8 years. So I come back to Jersey, back to Camden, and I'm in the car with my sister, and we're riding past the welfare building.
Oh, downtown.
Yeah, when I said, why are them dudes in line? When did it become acceptable that a man
Yup.
that has no disability wants to stand in line to get something free and not get your behind out there and work? Women,
Because women made it that way. They want to take care of them. They take care of their zaddies. They take care of them.
don't do that. My daughter
I
did
hate
that. Me
it.
and her
I hate it, but that's what they call them now.
No, don't do that. Don't do that.
I hate it.
You cannot use that word.
Right.
It is illegal.
Absolutely.
It is
What?
That's what
Look
they
here.
call them, and I can't stand it. It drives me bananas. Hey, Precious. Thank you for coming in, beautiful. No, I understand. I'm sure you'll catch the replay. Thank you so much. PMC, I don't worry about what the homies think because it's crazy how guys will call other guys feminine for treating their woman like a queen. Right. When we equally contribute. That's how we build foundations. Absolutely.
You know what? Proud mixed child, my brother. I'm with you 100%. You know what I mean? We need more brothers like myself and you, to be perfectly honest. We got to find a way to change the mentality and put some honor back when it comes to us being our so-called calling ourselves black kings. Because we're
All
acting
got old souls. Both of y'all got like old souls as far as I'm concerned because y'all not afraid. I remember this guy used this term on me. Oh, I used to hate it. I'm not afraid to be a teddy bear. I'm like, okay, well, that's good. Y'all just go back to where we women always say we miss the lyrics of those old songs, like from the Whispers and the Commodores and stuff like that. Because men got too masculine. They turned into Jay-Z and Lil Wayne and all that. Like, that's the level of disrespect. And Nelly with the whole credit card down her crack. Like, just crazy. I just can't. I can't. For real, that's how far removed uh this generation, well, younger generation, well, even mine, because they're like our age, like Jay-Z and them,
Right,
disrespecting women. So they got so far removed from chivalry. It's crazy. Not
right.
one
But
of the oldest in the chat. Yes, I am, Lacey. I believe I'm one of the oldest in PMC's chat. But it's okay because listen, y'all, we was over there this morning. I gotta tell you, Creighton, we was talking about the oldest game systems, and I had to say, like, the first games I remember playing was like Donkey Kong. Um,
what?
yeah,
Don't do
Pac-Man.
that.
Yeah, we
Jungle
was
Hunt.
Atari 52 and 2600, ColecoVision. We
Well,
was talking about all of that in there.
what?
It's so much fun because it's like I said, he could just switch topics. He just go with the flow, and we
Okay.
just be talking about all kind of stuff. One day we was in there all telling our heights, and I was like, "This is funny, something I never thought of." But yeah, it's funny. It's funny how he just move around and he be like, "If anything y'all want to talk about, let's talk." And we be on go. I love it. It's always
Okay.
a vibe over there.
Well,
Um, she
let
said,
me say this before I forget. To be perfectly honest, this is my first time doing anything with my face on any type of social media. Very
"Really?
first time, exactly. And you guys have made me feel welcome and accepted. I appreciate it, no doubt.
Welcome.
I am honored to hear that. I never knew that."
Have to
Yeah,
change
I've never did no
on it.
FaceTime, no lives on Facebook, nothing. This is my first
Oh wow! And
thing.
I see you doing a lot of movement on Instagram. You never going live over there?
Never. It's my first time.
Wow, we are so honored to have you on our panel for the first time doing this.
Welcome.
Thank you. And thanks for having me. I do
Yes.
appreciate it.
And ladies, go ahead, tell him he's eye candy, right? Don't be ashamed. Don't be shy.
Might,
Tell him he need to show his face a little more.
might have to change our early Saturday morning name from Girl Talk. Because he's
Nah, keep
He
it.
gonna be a permanent on the panel.
brother to have on the panel with us.
No doubt. Thank you. Thank you.
We got to get PMC up here too, y'all. I know he got his own thing
Oh,
going on, but he can
definitely.
be a guest on the panel too. I love when knowledgeable brothers come through. We have East Dad. He's another one. I love when he
Oh,
come
my
through. He
goodness.
showed us his face once. If we can just get those
Helenista,
positive brothers, we
thank
don't
you.
want TSG. He be talking against us. No,
Okay,
but
what?
I know that brother would be all right if he came on the panel as well. But he is on the opposite side of the spectrum. We
But
have invited
Helenista,
him up here and he didn't come.
Helenista, if you hear me, no doubt, I do appreciate it and thank you for that. I want to look
He
up
said
Tony
you on his
Gaskin. I
level for
never heard him.
sure.
Yeah, I
Loose lips,
appreciate
sink
that.
ships. Gossip ain't for me. Just like many hate the truth, but swear to live by it. Okay, I love the irony.
Exactly. Exactly.
Absolutely, absolutely.
No doubt.
She said she definitely will. Sorry, proud mixed child. My daughter deleted your message. She's a baby. Sorry. Aw,
Okay.
the baby is doing the moderating right now. Well,
Okay.
she decided to share with us. Oh, see, she said it's an
Thank
honor.
you.
And she said you're very handsome.
I no doubt. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Once the idea of being a player fades into obscurity and some men restore self respect within themselves, where it's lost, we may find some common ground amongst each other moving forward.
Moving forward.
Okay?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Absolutely.
You are so right. You are so right. I
Yeah.
couldn't say that better. You're right. They gotta get past that mentality. I don't know how long it's going to take.
Well,
And
it took
I
me
don't know
39
how
years.
they're going to restore
Ain't
the
that
self
crazy?
respect. Sometimes you're going to have to get to a place like Mr. Riggs said, once he got older and had his daughters, he had to change his mindset. He had to stop being one of them and become one of them.
Be my
It's
one,
true.
be my own man. I had to be my own man because I
Yeah.
had somebody that looked up to me. You know what I
And
mean?
you definitely don't want them to accept that in their future relationship. So, yes,
Exactly.
absolutely. Lead by example.
So when I do my self-evaluation, that's a hurt piece for me because I knew all of this, but I never accepted it. You know what I mean? Like I don't understand why I even fought against being where I am now when I could have been that 10, 12 years ago.
We all go through a phase because I was a knucklehead as a female
You're
too.
welcome.
I even said, like in previous like I said that I dated other African men before my husband, and I said if I would have been in the place I am now with the very first one, I probably would never have gotten to my husband. I know everything is ordained,
Well,
but I'm just saying I could have did better in
well,
that relationship.
you gave me
It could
when
have
we was in
lasted
Camden
longer.
County. When we was in Camden County, when you used to talk to me when I used to be tripping out at Camden County, the knowledge you dropped was like, in all honesty, I want to apologize because I took it with a half a grain of salt. You know what I
Mm,
mean? I didn't take it
mm,
fully.
mm.
You know what I mean? But when I look back, like you dropped knowledge
But we were
on me
younger
like that.
then. We were younger, but you remember I was always forced to be like an adult because I already had my son. I was helping
Mhm.
my mom take care of my sick grandma. So I had a lot of responsibility on me at the time. If you remember, I used to come to school first thing in the morning with my son, bring him to the daycare, go to my class, and I had to slide
Mhm.
back down on the train down to the Lindenwald area, feed my grandma. I had a lot of responsibility. So I didn't have too much time to play. So I was very serious in my young years as a result of that, but it's okay because it worked out for me as an adult now. I am grateful. I wouldn't change anything. Um, did it hurt me academically? Yes, because I couldn't make it to and from Lindenwold and get back to my classes on time and stuff like that. It made me stay in school longer than the rest of you guys because I had so much of a responsibility. And I used to envy you guys being able to run around and move around like y'all wanted. And I had so much on me. But again, part of that was a decision that I made to become a mother at a young age. And so I had to see that thing through.
Right.
So I just said, okay, I need to get more serious and do everything I need to do now. And then as my child get older and I get older, then there'll be room for me to move around and, live my best life in my later years. And
Right.
then my son decided to give me my grandchildren and have me raise them too. So, you know,
Well,
back
you know
burner.
how it was. My daughter, my sister had a baby at a young age. My younger sister had a baby before I even had kids. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? So I took that role. I picked that mantle up.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But I'm just saying that real quick because I understand what you're saying. I had to take on a little bit of responsibility at the same time. You know what I mean? But my youngest daughter just texted me. We have a Wakanda Forever date today.
Oh, okay.
So I do appreciate. Thank you guys for keeping me entertained. I
Thank
learned a
you for
lot,
joining
and I
us.
appreciate for having me.
We
But I
appreciate
have to.
having you. That's okay. Enjoy the rest of your day, sir.
I will. Thank you. Bye,
All
ladies.
right. Bye-bye.
Nice
See you
meeting
next time.
you. Nice meeting you.
Nice meeting you also. Bye.
Make a participate.
Okay, guys. So the last one I have is the guys would say, I'm careful with my heart. That was an excuse that this girl told me. And I'm like, what? Being careful with your heart? What does that mean? I still don't know what that means.
Say that again.
I'm being careful with my heart.
Oh, he don't want to love you. That's what they mean. I don't have no room to be loving people. Be careful with your heart. I don't have no room to be loving anybody extra. My mom, my sisters, my cousins. That's it. That is it. No room to love you.
But they can't do for you what I can do for you.
It doesn't matter. My heart is not involved in it.
But you out there messing with Shaniqua and Fatima and
Exactly.
but
But
you careful with your heart.
my
Please make this make sense. You invited all these other women into your space,
because
but you careful with your heart.
because what the man is using don't have nothing to do with the heart.
I can't stand Lacey. Well, if he not careful with his heart, how he gonna be careful with yours?
I know that's there you go. She dropped the gem right there. There you go. There you go.
He don't care about their hearts though, right? He obviously don't care about none of their hearts. And so the only way to protect his is to just run amok out there between women. That's
No.
it.
There you go. Up and down the coastline.
He not interested. Absolutely. Absolutely. Welcome, Precious. Thank you for coming in, beautiful. And
Codes.
that's Precious Place, guys. We got both of them in here. yeah, there you go, Yvonne. He just not interested.
He got codes.
Careful with your heart, though. I
Yeah.
done punched him in his face. He'd have said that to me. I'm telling y'all, I'll give volatile. I would have don't because that's playing with my intelligence. Don't tell me something like that. I don't even know how she received that. Again, y'all don't understand. When people tell me these crazy things, I just be looking at them like, and how did that end? Like, you notice I always ask, how did that end? Or what did that conversation look like? Because to me, that is just like some frackinackle bull for real.
That's exactly what it is. Frank-a-neckle bull.
Precious says she can't wait to watch this over later. So far, it's been good. Girl, it started off good. Brandy jumped dead in head first.
Can't if he continue to play, we gonna flock him.
Hey, my husband here. You're not gonna talk about him like that.
No, he helping us out. We gonna flock that
You gonna
joke.
flock him. I feel like this for my fellow brothers. Avoid making the excuses before even dating someone. That's what we were saying earlier. If you don't intend to commit, just don't. Not a crime in that. Yeah, playing with someone's emotion listen, it's very, very serious. It's not a good thing. You send people into a state of depression. You send people where they have to rely on going to therapy because I believe even Brandy stated her therapist. So obviously, this man got her going through a whirlwind of emotions that she's seeing a therapist. It is crazy. I don't like anybody's emotions being toyed with because you never know someone's weakness. It's not okay. If you are not going into a relationship with good intentions, stay out of it. Don't get involved. Don't get involved. And how do you listen to this person tell you, because it normally happens in the beginning of every relationship? You tell the person what you've been through and you mostly talk about your very last relationship. And obviously if you separated, it wasn't a good place for you, either mentally or physically or emotionally. So why ever would you listen to that and then decide to further hurt the individual? Why don't you just say to them, be upfront, we can be great friends. I'm not interested in a relationship. You're giving her the opportunity to move on, or she could be that airhead that want to hang around and see if she can change her mind. But you've done the right thing by telling her exactly what she needed to hear. Consequences, absolutely. Bull. Yes. Yes, ma'am. I would tell my wife back when we were just dating, I always would say, when you going to marry me? And I wasn't pressing her because she was happy, but I proposed without having cold feet either. Oh, a real man going on 2 years strong. Congratulations. That is wonderful. We need to see that more. See, I know I made a joke about TSG, which is the sensational gent, and now he changed his channel to TSG Uncut. But this brother sits on the opposite side of the spectrum and they bash women. Judith, are they uplifting us or are they bashing us over on TSG Uncut?
Oh no, they definitely not uplifting us. They don't have too much nice to say about women. And they talk about us like we're bitter and angry, and they the ones that's bitter and angry. Something is definitely wrong over there.
But
They
what this brother just said here, read PMC's let here.
I would tell my wife back when we were just dating, I always would say, when you want to marry me, and I wasn't pressing her because she was happy, but I proposed without having cold feet either. Good.
Look at the next one.
Going on 2 years strong. Great job, brother.
Now they will try to tear that brother apart for saying that over
Oh,
there because they speak completely
yes.
opposite of what you're saying. And it's so sad. And I mean, he has admitted that he was in a marriage, but it was failed. So
Yeah.
now they call themselves the passport brothers. They're getting away from these piss poor American women and they going over and getting them some foreign women.
Precious place,
Whatever.
Precious place said it perfectly down there. So would they like each other? Probably so. Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
I don't know, but I know it's a group of men. And it seems to me that they don't care for the women, not American women. Um, but yet and still, they like to challenge the fact that we, the ones that sit on my international love panel, dating foreign men. Like, so that's like Mr. Riggs said earlier. do as I say, don't say as I do. So you can do it. You could be a passport brother and go date abroad. But when we do it and we bring these men in, we crazy. They
Crazy.
using us. They It's no good intentions. They just want to use us to gain citizenship and stuff like that. Oh, because you're doing it in reverse and you're going to go live in their country. And I challenged them like, but what about when the woman want to come? Oh, she don't want to come to the U.S. I said, who told you that?
Right. He
Who
told
told you that she don't want to come here too? And even if she thinks she don't, her family going to tell her, get your citizenship.
the benefits of the citizenship.
Why would they not take the benefits of a citizenship? Exactly. But they're convinced that they're going to have these women and they're going to set them up with businesses in their own countries, and the women are going to be living in bliss and happy with that, and everything's going to be a-okay, and they will get back their peace because they don't have the American women riding their backs, asking to get married, the whole child support and all that craziness. Oh, they got it all figured out. I still go over there to support the brother because I like him as a brother. But the stuff they say, I pick and choose what I support because I can't handle it all. Um, and then it seems like when I speak up, they're not happy. That's when here come the whole gang. They try to gang up on you, but it's okay. I can handle it. I love it because you're never going to make me change my position. I already feel how I feel, just like you feel how you feel. And we're just going to stand on two opposite sides of the spectrum. It is what it is. Do they sometimes show things over there that I agree with? Yeah, because there are some trifling women that just make us look bad. For an example, the last thing I watched over there, and I believe it was either this morning or last night, no, it was his community tab. He had on there where obviously this woman and man had just met and set up a date. And obviously it was the day of the date that was supposed to happen that evening. And she texted the brother like, I'm gonna need you to pay $250 for my babysitter. And old boy he texts back like, oh, that wasn't in my budget. I budgeted for the date. And then she was like, F you, broke ass or whatever. So, okay, I gotta be keep it funky. She was dead wrong. How you gonna ask this man you just going on a date with? He's already paying for the dinner and stuff. How you gonna ask him to pay for your babysitter for your children who is not his? And then when he tell you he only budgeted for this date, then you say to him, F you and you broke. Dead wrong. Dead wrong. We got to do better, women, because that's the reason why a lot of men are looking at a side eye, because there are some women that are piss poor. And unfortunately, this is the impression that they're leaving. But brothers, you got to be smarter than that. You know that you can't just look at every woman like that's that same individual. Again, that's when you make your future pay for your past. It's not fair. Deal with people as an individual. Look at every situation differently. Don't just take us and throw us all in a nutshell. Oh, they all like that. We're not. We're not. Because if you ask my husband, he gonna tell you he ain't never hear no foolishness coming out of my mouth. We don't do that. Um, it is very serious. People are killing over their emotions. Stop playing with people. Absolutely. Listen, I tell y'all, I work with psych patients. A lot of them landed themselves there because of hurt. Another real one, Proud Mix. Listen, I'm telling you, sissy, and I'll be putting you onto some good channels. Go check that brother out. Exactly, yeah. So what they like each other. I don't know what they like, honey. I don't know what they like, but it's clear they don't like us. Thanks, I try my best. Maturation never stops. I still am growing. Okay.
No.
That mentality stems from back then, decades past, where it was like, if you didn't treat women like trash, you weren't a man. And many men in modern times, and even then, have run with that ideology. It's a shame, but it is so true. Some places on earth, some men really hate women, unfortunately. And it's true. That's a place.
That's the place,
That's
exactly.
the virtual place that we know of.
Yeah.
It has clearly been identified as hating women over there. It's both men and women that got to do some improvement. Absolutely. And it's true. It's true. But I got to speak to my sisters. We got to do better.
Yes.
We really do. I talk to different women in different communities. And I, like at work, just out and about in my home, on my phone, virtually. And just the mindset just blows my mind. And then when I ask them, how old are you? It never lines up for me because I always remind people age and wisdom do not always coincide. It's sad, but it's true. We all continue maturing and figuring out this thing called life. Right. It's true. But we got to do better. You can't just think that everybody owe you something. When you come into this new relationship, you need to be willing to bring stuff to the table equally like you're expecting that partner. Because you already mess things up when you're expecting, when you're feeling entitled. It's mental, but you're carrying those actions out and it's obvious to the man. And if it was me, if I was the man, I would bail out. I'm not staying around for that. Both parties are in need of improvement. It's not one sided. Right. Those foreign women peep game and they'll play along if their goal is the US. That's exactly what I tell them. But baby, when you say stuff like that, that's when he go get his right hand man Lucius.
Right hand, left hand, uppercut. Yep.
He the brother with the big words, girl. He's the walking dictionary.
Right.
And baby,
Yeah.
he'll get up there and break it down. And I think I shared with y'all before. I'm like, it's not always a woman's fault that a man is absent from the home. I said, men started bailing out years ago. Go back to your grandmothers and your aunties and all that. Men used to say they was going out for bread or milk and never came back. So don't act like this is all new that men are up and leaving women. It is what it is. You got to take accountability for the responsibility of your forefathers too. And then you guys, obviously, they made it look so good because it's still ongoing. You're okay with sleeping with women and having children and leaving your family to go live with another woman with her family and not supporting your family. And you're okay with this other man raising your child until your child call you and tell you this man did X, Y, and Z. Now you want to step in and be a dad. What part of the game is that? That's crazy. That's crazy. Jalen, mega love shout out. Thank you for popping in. Some foreign countries, still a woman must ask her man for permission for everything or she's held in contempt to violate. Absolutely. Don't know if I've gotten too far into this, but a lot of the African cultures, the women are circumcised. And it's very selfish as far as I view it. I mean, I know that's their culture and they go along with it, but the women are circumcised. And I just wanted a clear understanding, like just tell me straight out. I mean, I knew it, but I needed to hear it from someone from that culture. And it was my ex that I asked. And he was like, so she won't get the desire to have sex with another man. And I'm like, that is so selfish. That is so selfish. So the man is not altering his body in any way. She is. So that she won't get the desire. And so he could just run out there and do whatever he want and come back and smash if and when he want. But she'll never have a desire. Like, where's that fair? What's your thoughts on that, Judith?
I don't think I understand what you say.
In those cultures, they circumcise the women. So she will never have the desire to want another man. So she don't get
There has to be mental. There has to be mental.
mental for them to want to do that.
What are they circumcising?
Her kid.
So, right. So I'm still saying, okay,
You don't get that feeling of being, human.
So you have that's an outward stimulation. We have an inward stimulation too.
Yeah, but that's what they do it for. And a lot of women are so submissive they go along with it because it's cultural.
Yeah, and it's mental. That's mental abuse.
Yeah, but not in their culture. Over here we view it that way, but in their culture it isn't.
Yeah, I mean
But it's selfish.
It's very selfish. But that's a lot of other countries. That's what they are, selfish.
So why not separate from the woman?
He don't want to separate. Why is he separate?
Okay, go back to the beginning.
It don't matter what country you in. It's cheaper to keep it. It don't matter what country you in. Cheaper to keep it.
Mm-hmm.
And what you say? Go to the club and stay out for 3 days. They can do all right. They could do all of that. They don't care.
It always takes two to tango, never one person's fault entirely. Absolutely. Remember how I talked about that breakfast conversation where Charlemagne defended polygamy because of Western traditional civilization? Yeah, he said it's designed for us to have more than one woman. Yeah, I absolutely lost respect for that, brother. I didn't watch that until you pointed it out in your live stream, and then I went over and watched it and was like so disgusted.
That's true.
But you know what's sad? A lot of brothers are picking up on that.
Even just 10 years after that,
Again, it just goes back to being selfish in my eyes.
I mean, we can say that on the outside looking in, like we said about our sister with the that type of relationship. We don't know what we would do if we were posed with it, if we were in love. We don't know. No, it's not for me. Let me make that perfectly clear. Again, it's not for me. But if that's what they want to do, that's their decision, and we shouldn't judge them for their decisions. If that's how they want to live, but if it's something being forced on somebody, that's a different story. That's a totally different story. Yo.
All right, well, we're going to sum this up soon, guys. We're going to sum it up now, actually.
Yeah.
I just want to say, because I always close out somehow.
Yeah.
What all I heard today, and even with Mr. Riggs coming up here admitting to this behavior of men, and Proud Mixed Child sitting on the opposite side of the spectrum. Men, and they might not be 100% in agreement. I'm just saying what I see as a female, that men just want to sleep around. They want to date multiple women. They want to explore polygamous behavior. They are selfish. They want no financial ties, both for the household and or wedding expenses. Um, but they want polygamous benefits. Um, and I always say this: if you notice at every wedding reception, when it's time to toss the bouquet, what are the women doing? They out there trying to fight over it, snatching it, rumbling on the floor for that thing. Oh, but what happens when they throw that garter belt? What happens, Judith?
What happened when they what?
Throw the garter belt.
Oh, yeah. All the men are over there trying to get that garter belt that they don't want. By the way, they don't want it, but they there. I just watched it on the show that Lacey watches, American something, about the football team with Tay Diggs. So the boy mom got married. He throwing the garter belt, and one of his friends like, "Oh, I'm not going over there." He ran right over there and caught it.
Listen, I've been to ceremonies lately where the guys stand there, and when they toss it, they walk away and let it fall on the floor.
Right.
Ladies, is real.
Yeah.
It's real.
Yeah.
They don't want to get married.
because looks don't
You
determine
need to pay attention to these telltale signs.
provision.
Stop staying in these piss poor relationships.
And have the conversations.
Have the conversation up front so you know what you're dealing with and waste none of your time.
Exactly.
But it's one thing if he tell you all that good stuff in the beginning and then he changes his mind along the way, then you got to go ahead and have that conversation later on, and it's a lot of hurt.
Yeah.
But if you just do yourself a favor and have these conversations up front, you won't even have to go through half this bullshit. You
That's
won't.
it. That's
You
it.
won't.
That's
Be
it.
smart. Stay
Yeah.
woke.
Yes.
So
Stay in control.
Yes.
Stop letting that good loving get you all confused.
Right.
Do what you got to do, because at the end of the day, when he leave you high and dry,
I can't.
you got to do what you got to do.
Study for him, but I'm like,
Avoid all that foolishness.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for tuning in. You hear Judith's background getting a little loud. They got some things to do. I got a few things to do. I'm gonna go chill with hubby for a little bit.
Yes.
And my babies, two of them up here napping, so I'm in a good spot right now.
Yeah.
Enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thanks for all your invaluable input. Appreciate having you. We're going to continue with these girl talks on Saturday. I missed them. But I had some things going on in my life, and I've shared that with you guys in the past. So anything you haven't caught yourself up on, go ahead and play around in my playlist and stuff, guys. Go to the live streams. That's where it's at as far as I'm concerned. Get yourself caught up. We will be coming back, and I know I said this, International Love, we trying to line our schedules up again because we all had a little hiccup. So we trying to line it up so we can go ahead and get to that game night that we promised you. It's coming more sooner than later. Love and respect to you all. God bless.
Blessings.
See, but
Call me later.
I'm not going